Hello. This week I'd like to talk about what it takes to make an artifact be considered a work of art. And to do that I want to focus on Kim Kardashian's bottom, which, let's face it, has been tricky to miss this week. I'm not trying to break the internet, as she said she was with this photo shoot, nor am I trying to trade on her celebrity, as this art website rather hypocritically accused the Met Museum of doing, when it tweeted this image of one of its artifacts from its collection, a 6,000-year-old marble sculpture which it describes as having a fleshy abdomen and massive thighs and buttocks. And then there was the big splash on Wednesday in the Sun newspaper, claiming that Miss Kardashian is going to have an artistic moulding made of her bottom to give to her husband, the pop star Kanye West, as a gift. Now, there's nothing new in the art world of having an alluring image of yourself commissioned to give to a loved one. Mozart commissioned this tiny portrait when he was 21 to give to his first love, Maria Mozart, who also happened to be his first cousin. And Queen Victoria, who we tend to think of like this, an intimidating regal grande dame, commissioned the German portrait painter Franz Winterhalter to make this rather seductive image of her. Queen Victoria wrote in her journal that August that Prince Albert thought it was a beautifully painted picture, and she felt so happy and proud to have found something that gave him so much pleasure. A sentiment I expect that Kim hopes to evoke with her gift to Kanye, which is great, but is it art? The Mozart and Victoria portraits are art, they're paintings, but is a moulding of her bottom? I mean, some mouldings are art, even of the more explicit nature. Take, for example, Marcel Duchamp's female fig leaf, which can be found in the Tate Gallery collection. But I don't think anybody in the art world would seriously consider the waxworks in Madame Tussauds to be fine art sculptures, nor for that matter, I expect, the mouldings of Cynthia Plaster-Caster. I'll leave you to check that out. But then Mark Quinn's Kate Moss is considered art. So, what's the difference? Well, in my opinion, an artwork should have no use beyond itself. It should have no functional purpose. And of course, an artist has to say that it is an artwork, like Marcel Duchamp famously did with his urinal. And thirdly, I think there has to be a sense of artistic intervention, or at least an interpretation. So back again with Marcel Duchamp's urinal, he stopped it having any functional use whatsoever, and he changed its context by putting it into an art gallery and calling it a work of art. Now, I don't think that the Tussauds mannequins pass any of those three tests, nor, I suspect, do Cynthia's plaster casts, although I have to admit I've never seen one. That said, the elevation of artifact to artwork is slightly easier when it comes to portraiture, where the sitter is often considered more important than the artist. So might Kim Kardashian's moulded bottom be considered an artwork? Well, yes, I think it could be if Jeff Koons is commissioned to do the work. Probably not if it's done by Cynthia Plaster-Caster, and definitely not if it has any sort of functional purpose.